realized something that I should have said, and this actually involves not me, but my little sister. My little sister, this is her art theft story. I only remembered this when I just went through all of my art theft stuff through memory. My little sister actually had a girl steal artwork from her. Granted, this was back when, guess I will buy Mithril this time. This was back in high school. I became friends with this girl, and she was this very popular, very good artist. I guess I think she was an artist. I don't think anymore. I don't think very nicely of her anymore, because she, okay, this is what she had done, and I can list off a couple of things this girl has done, and I don't even think it even encompasses half of the crap my sister had stolen from her when this happened. But, my little sister did some art for an art class. This was back in, this was the only time I ever knew her to take an art class, because, this is my little sister, and, many people think that my little sister, was, like, the most talented artist ever, but, one of the pieces my sister had borrowed from me, and I mean borrowed in the, sense that she actually asked if she could redo a piece of artwork for me, and it was a piece of artwork that I had allowed her to do under the duress that she would not take this piece and do it for not use it for somebody else's gain. Unfortunately, the piece of art that I had loaned her was a piece I was still working on, and it was I believe it was my last unicorn piece. My mom has a better memory of it than I do, but I remember my sister coming home in tears because the piece, my sister was accused of stealing the piece, even though it was a reproduction of something I had worked on, and I had given her full permission to do so, because I figured, you know, it wasn't a big deal at the time, but apparently, at the time, I guess I was pretty damn stupid. The person in question took the piece and passed it off as hers. Morella, or I guess I can give my sister's name, found out, confronted the girl, said, "Hey, I borrowed this from my sister, this isn't fair, you need to give this back, or at least credit my sister for it." Of course, at the time, I was considered a special ed kid, and of course, everybody knows special ed kids have no business in artwork. Again, that was the stereotype of the early 90s, not the fact that it's true. My sister, who owned up, told me what happened, came to me to ask forgiveness, and we had to go repair the situation. So, my sister took the test sketch of the last unicorn and said this was the test sketch that she went off of from my piece, and that, of course, the whole mess with me is, "Oh, you must have copied this." Well, you do know tracing is wrong, right? Of course, the lady in the art room could not believe a special ed kid named me could do artwork like this. My whole time, I watched my sister turn from a normal, reasonable person to you didn't just insult my little sister, my older sister, did you? I watched my sister turn colors. My little sister turned bright pink to red. I think I could hear her screaming that this is total horse caca. My mother at the time did not know that this was a problem. My mother had no idea that this kind of discrimination was real. Okay? My mom, in all her cluelessness, asked why my sister looked like she wanted to punch somebody. I looked at my mom quite plainly and told her, we're out of here. I for one, I will tell people this, I for one do not condone violence of any kind, even in the face of a stupid backyard bully who thinks that I am fucking retarded, okay? I'm sorry to use the word, but that's what they said. That's what was used. They called me dumb, they called me all these words, and all I could do is stand there with this look of, Morella, and I see my sister going, we're leaving. At the time, again, my sister was, at the time, a minor. This would have been, if she had punched somebody, this would have gotten her in a lot of trouble. Now, for anyone who has ever had a sister who is not a freaking... by the way, if you've ever met my little sister in real life, my sister is one of those few people that, gloves go off. I'm sorry. You just don't do it. It is one of those things, you just don't do. You don't go into that. You do not insult my little sister because Morello can fight back. And it's not a fight you want to get into. That is what I've always told people. You do not want to get into a fight with my sister. Because you'll lose. 90% of the time, I have seen her win. A fight, an argument and a fight with just smiling, nodding, and telling me to get in the goddamn car because we're leaving. Because my little sister is not. She is not the kind of person you want to fight. And if you do fight her, chances are you're gonna wish death upon yourself because the filter on my sister was never there. My little sister never had a filter. I don't even think she knew what a filter was because I have seen her go from a totally placid, normal person to being, you just said that to my little sister and you think you're gonna get away with it? Heh. Have fun. That was, that's your death on a platter there. Bye. I had a guy actually ask me about that once, about my little sister and the art theft incident. The fact is that, yes, my sister borrowed art. Most of it was to improve her piece, not copy me. That is one of the biggest issues I've always had with people, is saying, why did you let your little sister steal your art? She didn't. Morella and I collaborated almost all the damn time. And no one has ever seen a collab between me and my sister because we never brought it out. We never told anyone we did it. Because, again, this is a reality we lived with. Because everyone assumed my sister's the artist, I'm just the one following around like a freaking dumbass. That is how it worked. I am not a freaking... I am an artist, but I am not like one of those big freaking super uber genius artists. I just enjoy what I do, and I just like drawing. And I don't like hurting people. And that is like the biggest issue anyone has ever had with me, is I don't like people who hurt other artists simply for the sake of hurting them. And trust me, my sister will tell you, if she was alive, she'd tell you, I don't like hurting other people because people have hurt me in the past and it doesn't feel good. And I may talk big, I may act like a jerk, but when it comes to my little sister and what happened in this one incident, I, to this day, have never understood people who go around calling my little sister this item or that, because it never made sense. Because, again, I grew up in a very different world and a very different time. Many people don't understand when people live in the, again, I lived in the 90s as a teenager, so I've seen some pretty crappy people do some pretty crappy things to people. And one of my biggest pet peeves was telling me I'm an artist, but I'm not. By the way, this is definitely one of those times where I will talk about it because Morella is the topic here. There was this girl that actually told my sister that there was no way a special ed kid can be an artist. Morella's first comment to me, then why the hell can she draw better than I can? I don't know, Morella. Why can't I draw better than you? Considering the stuff that people have said about me when I was a teenager. FYI, I still laugh about that because it's funny. And I'm still not sure how the frick somebody can call me a bad artist when they can't even draw it themselves. I'm not kidding, that actually happened. I had a guy call me say I am not an artist, and he couldn't draw a stick figure. And, well, again, I am going to say who the person's name is. His name was Richard Allen Sheets, aka the doofus who tried to frame me for killing my cat. And he couldn't draw a stick figure. He could draw. He can draw. I will tell you that. He can draw. He just can't draw that well. My whole concept with that was, huh? I did not understand the concept of his anger toward me until I went and told my sister once that a guy who could probably draw weapons but can't draw a person is calling me all these names, and I am confused because he called me out on DA that I had stolen art, which, by the way, is mine if you ever go to DeviantArt, I recommend looking up NagiNaoe101. That is me. And yes, I do a lot of photography now, but if you want to, take a look at some of my work and ask questions, because I can draw, I can do all sorts of things. But one of the funniest things I've ever had was the accusation of stealing my own art. So, yeah, that's an addendum to the previous video you probably saw of how my sister borrowed some artwork and it got stolen and somebody accused him of stealing art. Of her stealing my artwork. By the way, shout out to one of my really good friends. If you meet him, he has a YouTube channel, I believe it's called Mardrex. I don't know. If you know him, he is really, really cool. I've known him for several years, and him and his siblings and I have been friends for a while. Although right now, I think he really wants to get out of his house, because it's been a while in our we're now slowly opening back up in Colorado, so yeah, we're trying to get back to the normal run of things. FYI, for those who are living in Colorado, I am going to be at a convention coming up in October called Fan Expo. I am really super excited because this has been a year without conventions, and I honestly just want to go out and have fun and not be, well, tied at home for any long periods of times. And if you notice, I am trying to level my leather workers so that I can what a name. Meow, 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 meow. So, yeah, that's my stories of what happened to my little sister. I do feel bad because Morella really tried really hard to match a piece of artwork and try to make it as improved as she could, because she really, really wanted to make me look really good to people, because she really thought I could be a good artist and one day outstripe her and everything. She used some of my old anime art at one point for some piece of fantasy that she had worked on, and I felt bad because I couldn't stand the piece at all, and she really wanted me to like it, and I tried to like it, but I can't. But I loved my little sister very much. Losing her was like the worst day of my life. It is still very much at the back of my mind. I really should start doing more stories with my sister, because there are so many really cool things that my little sister did and has done that really drags the heart home, that she really did try very hard to be a good sister, and she did try very hard to be a good mom as well to my nephew. But unfortunately, right now is kind of a rough patch for all of us, because my nephew is not living with us at the moment, and I miss him horribly. because I really miss taking him with me, and I really wanted to take him to Fan Expo with me because I think he would have had a really good time. But now I can't even do that because I don't know how his father would respond to me taking him to a convention, considering he does not like anime, sci-fi, or any of that. In fact, he has told me he really does not appreciate it when I talk about anime and sci-fi to my nephew, because since he's not into it, he does not want my nephew to be into it as well. Again, anyone who wants So yeah, I'm kind of doing a little bit of, let's go to Foundation. But yeah, that was kind of a sad story, but I still have some of my sister's artwork, and many of it I would love to actually put out for people to see. I would love to see Morella's artwork out where everyone can see it and see how incredibly good she really was. Morella was an amazing artist. My sister was an incredible artist. And I totally think it would have been an amazing factoid for people to come and see my sister in such a way, because if you go to NagiNaoe101 on DeviantArt, I have a picture of my sister that was taken by one of her friends, and I posted it on there because I wanted to show my little sister in such a positive light. She was a model. Morella was a model on many different frontages, but when Morella had this art theft happen with one of my pieces, I sincerely think that Morella really did not know why she was being I don't think Morella understood but yeah, my sister really probably did not understand that what happened to her was not an isolated incident. People steal art because they want to, and many times I felt that my little sister did not understand that people like this exist. I understood for when she accused me of stealing my own art. I understood that because, quite frankly, it was one, BS, and two, it was part of what happened. Not everybody is a good person. So, as for Richard's little stunt, it got him in trouble in most cases when I told the story of how he finally got, So, skin work boots. Okay, that's gonna be a little harder than expected. Because I believe I have wavering skin. Let's see. So, yeah, I never really got or understood. Yeah, sometimes you have to actually go buy stuff in order for it to work. Because there's no way I can actually build this. I feel bad that I can't actually build it yet. I don't have enough. Oh boy. Now that that's out of the way. Actually, no. I actually need to put my gun. Actually, let's see. What is my astrologian? Yeah. So anyway, that's the story of my sister's little fiasco. I know that she tried really hard to make it up to me because that artwork was never easy to replace, nor was it easy for her to understand that what happened was, one, not her fault. I had to literally explain that art theft is a common issue with artists, and it isn't her fault. And she should never feel like she should be told that otherwise. I love the fact she did come to me. She did say, hey, this happened, I'm really sorry. Are you ever gonna forgive me? I fucked up. Again, my little sister was not at fault for the things that happened. And to this day, I have never, the people that hurt my sister never apologized for the fact that they stole artwork from her and treated it as if my sister was the one who stole the artwork, and she never did. I had to basically tell my sister that the artwork that was stolen was never her fault. She was a good person. She just made really shitty friends. And I will say that in the end, she did learn her lesson, but it did cost me a lot of my artwork. And it did cost me a lot of trust issues I had with a community of artists. So, be that as it may, and be it what it was at the time, I never once told Morella that she was in the wrong. I never told her she did anything wrong. I told her people are assholes, they're gonna do shit that you don't like, not to worry about it. So, that is the story. She is not, I don't think she's anywhere to blame on that one. But, again, this was a story I had to say because, for one, Morella never, the person who got caught stealing art from my sister never really did get any justice. That person was still at large, and Morella never trusted what her friends said to her. after a while, I just sort of blew it off and said, you know, art theft happens, you're not at fault, you're a good person, don't blame yourself for something that never really was your fault to begin with. So that's the story of my sister and her art theft issue. And to this day, I'm still not gonna say angry. I'm not gonna stay angry at her. She's my sister. She's my baby sister. She deserves better. And losing her, like I said, was the worst day of my life. I lost my best friend. And when people realize that was my best friend I lost, what the heck is this person doing? FYI, I'm actually the astrologian in this, so, by the way... The goal of a healer is to keep your party alive, and knowing that I have had, I have had no end of trouble, but in this dungeon is kind of funny. This is kind of funny to me. Ah! Hey, get back here, dimwit! No, not you. No. No, this person is not a dimwit. This person is really, really smart. I'm the one trying to keep up here. No, you stay. No, stay away from. Ah, damn it. Right when I get started, I try to stay healing. You're bouncing around like a freaking jackrabbit. Knock it off. All good, you say. Yeah, you guys are... all my other teammates alive long enough. Apparently, Alex is a lot more active than I thought. might go and check my actions and see if there is an update, because I do not know. So if you're here for the gameplay, story time, go back to the story. But today I am ready. And I'm playing way past my time. Because usually I stop playing by 8 because I have to get ready for work the next day. And of course with my work, for all these college kids are going back to college in August. I need to get their dorms ready. I already have a fun story for that, because apparently someone at my store has a love for Minnie Mouse and red and white Pokemon. God, that was the most awful looking couch I had ever seen in my entire existence as a person of, yeah. That's why if you ever get me as a healer, I am still a very big novice in it, even though I have like 2 healers. Oh no! Oh no. God damn it. It went after me! Joy! I need to heal really bad. Stop targeting me! I am not able to resurrect myself. And Galax knows that! Oh god, no. I do not need an axe! Maybe he does. My fiance is burning the, this isn't cool some days. But yeah, I went through a lot of really weird moments in my life that I really think should be talked about because some people are completely course, Tantalus is dying, and I can't do anything. I am completely lost. Because this place is like a frickin' maze. Thank you, Lord. Here we go. Oh, goody. My personal hell, I hate this dragon. Oops. Damn dragon is not exactly my favorite dragon. Because he ends up killing... He can party wipe everybody. And it turns bad. Alright. So, I gotta get going. Gotta get something to eat.